Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the watch list for today. For what day is today? March 11th? It is March 11th. A little bit of a different style watch list today. Not as many penny stocks on here as normal. Unfortunately, the market there has slowed down significantly, which is a little unfortunate because I definitely like my OTCs. However, as a trader, it's not my job to get hung up on what I like. I got to react to what the market likes. And so we are going to be switching around here today. We're actually going to talk about some options today as well, because now that the OTC land is slowing down a little bit, I'm going to be playing some more options, which if you play options, they can be highly lucrative, but they're very risky. So you have to be careful. So first up is going to be MAXD. They had some news, I think. I thought they had news yet a couple days ago. I mean, just an SEC filing. But regardless, this thing had an incredible run yesterday. I didn't buy it. Say hello to the kitty. Kitty is giving us watch list help today as well. I did not buy MAXD yesterday. I thought about it, but I didn't really like the volume as much. I was watching some other plays that didn't work out as well. But kind of a shame I didn't buy it. This actually ended up being a really, really good winner yesterday. So gonna keep it on watch today for a panic dip buy. Gotta be really conservative though, because panic dip buys have been not working as well, unfortunately. You know, the market is lower now. A lot of momentum has shifted, and there's just not these big multi-day runs right now that are offering these ideal panic dip buys, which is unfortunate because those are my favorite patterns. So we'll see. Hopefully this does have some sort of panic, but if it does, I'm gonna play it really conservatively. I'm usually trying to make 23% per panic, but now I'll be looking at like a 10-15%, and that's about it. I will like to see maybe we can have some more continuation today. It did close strong, so there is a good chance it can gap up. Ideally, if it has another green day, it pushes past this 16-cent level, and then the next resistance would be 19 cents, and then it's off to the races. But I'm not even gonna assume it'll get that far, especially with the fact that the markets have not been really helping out multi-day runners. They've kind of been getting stuffed quite often, which is really unfortunate. So that's going to be my my first watch for today. NGCG. This is another one that had a really nice run yesterday. I found this late, didn't play it, unfortunately. One thing I don't like about it is that there's a lot less volume here in the afternoon. So it looks like today this will only be a morning play because that's when the volume was there yesterday. And if I can get something similar action to this today, that'd be great. Ideally, I get a morning panic to buy into. But if it does have a morning spike, that'd be great too. It is the first green day with volume, which is great. So we will see. We'll see what happens with it. They did have, there's a news line here. So basically it's just an update on their corporate company direction. All right. So they're basically just making some business moves. So nothing really crazy on the news side. That's all right. Well, we'll see what happens today. It has run in the past on lower volume. So that is a good sign. We'll see what it can do today. Hopefully it has some more juice. I would like it to have more juice just for the sake of OTC land. I would like to see some more momentum come in. MDMP had an incredible run at the end of the close yesterday. Absolutely incredible. I'm not seeing any news on this. Stock. Let's see if Google has anything here. Yeah, I'm not getting any news on my end for it. So gonna keep it on close watch. I mean, this was a math. How much was it? Like 1,000%? 800%. That's insane. So huge mover yesterday. We'll definitely be keeping this a watch for a dip buy today. Hopefully it can have some nice panic for me to buy into, especially for how much it went up. I'm surprised I don't see any news. I'm gonna do some more due diligence on that because I would like to know why this is up so much right now. But I don't see any news on it. So I'll be checking that later to see what's going on. And I will, keep a close eye on it. It's an oil and gas play, which is strange because a lot of oil and gas plays have been getting hotter. So that might be another sector I start watching because a lot of the listed oil plays have been heating up as well. Moving on to the next play is actually a NASDAQ, which I don't normally play, as you guys know by now. This had a massive run on volume yesterday, and they did have some news. They are what's this? So they can present at the Global Life Sciences Conference. So not something I would really care about, but I mean, as I always preach, it doesn't matter what you care about when it comes to news. It just matters that there is news and how the market reacts to it. And the market has reacted very favorably to it. So I'm going to watch this today. Now, I do like to short NASDAQs more than I like to long them. So what I will be looking for today is a perk in pre-market up to these after-hour highs around 22, 23. And if I see some stalling action there and it looks like it's getting stuffed, I'll probably initiate a short here, looking for a fade. If it doesn't do that, then I'll be looking for a panic dip buy in the morning. If it can fade off really hard in the morning, I'll try and buy a dip. It's not as easy to buy panic dip buys on NASDAQs because they are so choppy. You can't really read the level 2, so you can't really time the bottom of these things. So to be more cautious, if I miss the panic dip buy, which could definitely happen considering I'll be watching these other penny stocks, this may be a consolidation high a day break play that I watch, where essentially it's going to break down during the morning, it'll come back up, and it'll consolidate midday, and then it'll have another push in the afternoon past the high a day break. If that happens, it'd be great. And I can actually let me get some notes here for you guys. Paint maybe. No. All right. All right. I wanted to try and get like a paintbrush out so I can show you, but I'll do that later. But essentially, if you can see my mouse here, it'll come up, come down, sideways, come back up again. It may not do that. It'd be similar to this action here, just in the afternoon. If it doesn't do that, then I probably won't play it. All right, moving on to my 2 option plays for today. Actually, let me go to SEEB first. So SEEB just had some news in the after hours, basically giving out their fiscal earnings results, and they went up 57%. So same kind of play. I would look to short up here at the top. It is a potential earnings winner, and the daily chart, it has broken out pretty heavy. So wouldn't be super confident in the short. I would like to see a panic to play into. And as you can see, as we're talking, it's getting a lot of volume here. So this will be interesting to watch. If it fails at these after-hour levels at 8.7, I'd probably initiate a starter short, and I'd risk that high a day, and then try to see if it could fade down into the mornings. Because no matter how good these NASDAQs are, a lot of times they'll get a lot of volume and a lot of push in the pre-market, and then they'll fail out into the open, and then at the open they'll either spike or crash again. But the pre-market short on these NASDAQs is a pretty profitable pattern. So I'll see what it does. If it doesn't come up near these highs, I won't short it. It's too far down for me. But if it can have a dump, then I'll do the same play that I talked about on AVEO, where I need it to come down, come back up, consolidate, and then have a high day break for me to play. GME. So GME and BA, these are my top option watches right now. And actually, GS is on there as well. I'll pull that up. So GME, if you guys were watching this yesterday, it was pretty funny because during my mentorship class, I was actually talking about adding a puts position here just for fun. And of course it tanked. And this would have been an amazing dip buy opportunity down here. If you were able to catch it, it was happening very quick. It was halting a lot. So if you didn't make those plays, completely understandable. It's very risky. Not something I would ever recommend. However, I did play the puts right here. And I know this might not look like much, but this was consolidating for this whole afternoon. And after this big crack, this is a huge sign of weakness on the stock. Either it's being manipulated by a market maker or it was a massive panic. Having a big crack like this is definitely an indicator that the juice could be out, as they say, on this stock. So as I saw this consolidation area starting to break, I bought a puts position here and I sold it right near the bottom. And I think I bought the put position around $16 and I sold it for about $24. So I made almost, how was I made? I made like 70%, 80% on it by the time all the fees and stuff are over. So not bad. I made $600 on a $1,000 investment. So pretty nice. I'll take it. It did start going up, so I'm glad I covered and I got rid of my position. With GameStop and just how crazy of a unicorn this thing is, if this was just a normal stock, I definitely would have held my put position into this bounce, and I probably would have added because this hard crack really would indicate that the top was in. But because GameStop can just rip on short sellers within a blink of an eye, not something I was going to risk. But as you can tell, it's weak here in the pre-market, which is fantastic. Ideally, it gets some juice and can fail around 277, and then I'll be loading up on some pretty heavy puts here for it to ideally come all the way back down to where it started. I mean, this is overextended. It's a terrible company fundamentally. As much as I might love GameStop as a kid, nostalgic-wise, it doesn't belong to be up here. Ideally, I mean, it should. If it based around 130, I still think that's too much. So I think conservatively, this should have a downside to the low 200s, which would be amazing on the puts, especially now it's a Thursday and there's less time premium. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna be watching very closely. And honestly, the company should do a financing at some point. I don't know why they haven't yet. And if they do a financing and they sell shares into the market, this will definitely come crashing down. So they need to do a financing at some point. I don't know why they wouldn't, but we'll see what happens. But this will be my top watch for my puts. Boeing, I'm watching maybe to play some potential calls today. It's getting ready to break past, and it is breaking past its 52-week highs, which is fantastic because that means once it breaks its 52-week highs, it has a lot of range to run and could come to the 290s or even the 340s if it gets volume and if it is able to break convincingly. So I might initiate a starter position today for next week on the calls here because this is a very, very, very good sign that is breaking this big channel here. So I'll be watching this and I'll probably make a play today on the calls. Goldman Sachs, this was a similar play. It was breaking past 52-week highs, but it did not, it did not convincingly break past where I wanted it to. So I cut for a small gain. I don't think I made like a couple $100 on this. I was buying it right as it was breaking this 338 level, and I'll sell it in the 340s. It is now gapping down a bit in pre-market, which is fine. This hasn't been very liquid. You can tell there hasn't been a lot of volume. It was a very slow mover. So this one I may not play just because it is gapping down now. There's not as much volume, and I just don't know if I had the patience for it. I'll keep it on watch, but I'm definitely going to be focusing more on Boeing and GME. So that is it for today. A bit of a mixed bag. I hope OTCs come back soon, but that's how the markets work. Things come in hot, things go away, and you just got to be able to adapt to that. If you want to learn how to adapt to these and you want to learn how to play these and you want these alerts in real time, make sure you join my mentorship program. All these plays I mentioned were alerted in real time in my Discord to all of my mentee students. And so you would have been able to make the same trades and banked as well. So make sure you check it out. I think there's a lot of value there, and I think it could really help you guys grow and make some money and learn the market. So thank you guys for listening. Have a great day, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.